Hello, girls and boys. Welcome to Storytime Fun. We hope you enjoy it. Today's story is a Walt Disney story called The Jungle Book. And this is adapted from the Mowgli stories by Rudyard Kipling, as told by Jean Lewis. And once upon a time, according to Rudyard Kipling, there was a little boy named Mowgli who was raised in the jungle by a family of wolves. Mowgli was very happy in the jungle. He never thought of himself as a man cub. He liked to think he was a wolf cub, like his gray brothers. This is a new story about Mowgli, different from Rudyard Kipling's story. In it, you'll find out what happened when Shere Khan the tiger returned to the jungle and Mowgli's wolf parents asked Bagheera, the panther, to take Mowgli back to the man village where he was born. But Mowgli didn't want to go. He wanted to stay in the jungle he loved. "Up you go, man cub," said Bagheera, boosting Mowgli into the tree. "In the morning, I'll take you back to the man village." "I won't go," shouted Mowgli. "I'm staying here in the jungle." "You wouldn't last 2 minutes with Shere Khan after you," grunted the panther. "I'm not afraid of a mangy old tiger," declared Mowgli. "You'd better be," snapped Bagheera. "He's a killer. The only thing he fears is fire." "Are you afraid of fire, Bagheera?" asked Mowgli. "We all are, man cub," said Bagheera. "Only man has tamed fire." Then Bagheera stretched out on a limb, and Mowgli curled up on the panther's soft, velvety rump. Soon they were both fast asleep. They awoke to the roar of elephant trumpets. Giant feet shook the jungle as the elephants marched beneath their tree. "It's that old boar, Colonel Hathi, and his dawn patrol," yawned Bagheera. "Hop, 2, 3, 4, said a very small voice. "Look! They've left a baby elephant behind," cried Mowgli. He jumped down to the ground. "Can I play with you?" he asked. "Sure, 2, 3, 4. Follow me, 2, 3, 4, said the baby elephant. Why aren't you marching with the rest of the patrol?" asked Mowgli. "I'm being specially trained," said Baby. "I've got to grow up to be a colonel just like Daddy." "Company, halt!" thundered Colonel Hathi, marching toward them. "Hold up your trunk for inspection," Baby whispered. "I haven't got a trunk," Mowgli whispered back. "Just a nose." "Then hold up what you got," said Baby. "Present arms!" roared Colonel Hathi. Baby raised his trunk and Mowgli held his nose as high as he could. "A new recruit, eh?" said the colonel, peering at Mowgli. "Why, it's a man cub, a spy in the ranks." "I'm no spy," giggled Mowgli. "I'm just playing with your son." "Playing?" roared Hathi. "He should be drilling." Just then, Bagheera dropped down between Mowgli and the Colonel. Pardon me, Colonel, sir, purred the panther. The man cub is with me. I'm taking him back to the man village. See to it that you do immediately, thundered Hathi. Come, son. Hup, 2, 3, 4. And the Hathis, Colonel, and Baby marched off. If I hadn't come along, the Colonel would have squashed you like a bug, roared Bagheera. I'm not afraid of Hathi, scoffed Mowgli. Come on, no more stalling. Off to the man village, said Bagheera. No, howled Mowgli, grabbing a tree trunk. Let me go. Bagheera tugged at Mowgli's pants, and Mowgli pulled back until splash! Bagheera fell back into a shallow stream. That does it, man cub, spat the dripping cat. You're on your own. Don't worry about me, said Mowgli. I can take care of myself. Foolish man cub, muttered Bagheera, shaking his wet coat. Hiya, Baggy. Been in for a dip, eh? Said a cheerful voice. Mowgli turned to stare at the big gray bear. Haven't I got enough trouble today with trying to get this man cub back to the man village? Groaned Bagheera. Do you have to turn up too, Baloo? Come on, kid, said Baloo. Let's leave this old square to drip dry. You leave me alone, yelped Mowgli, punching Baloo's stomach. So, you want to fight, eh? Chuckled Baloo. Put 'em up. Move those feet fast, fancy kid. Old Baloo will teach you some of the old bear facts of fisticuffin'. Pow! Don't kill your pupil in the first lesson, grumbled Bagheera as Mowgli fell flat. I'm all right, gasped Mowgli, staggering to his feet. I'm tough. You better believe it, cheered Baloo. Lay it on me, kid. And Mowgli did as hard as he could. Disgusting, snorted Bagheera. Show-offs. The pair of them, muttered under his breath, and he stalked off into the jungle. You really want to stick around this jungle, kid? Asked Baloo. Oh, yes, said Mowgli. Can I stay with you, Baloo? You're fun. Sure, grinned the bear. I'll show you the ropes. Hungry? Very, said Mowgli, who hadn't had breakfast. Red ants are great, said Baloo, licking off some ants off a rock. You eat ants? Gulped Mowgli. Baloo reached up for 2 coconuts, tossing one to Mowgli. Delicious when you wash 'em down with coconut milk. Then Baloo cracked the coconut on his own head. But when Mowgli tried to do the same, he almost knocked himself out. He heard a roaring sound in his ears. Did my head make that much noise? Said Mowgli, reeling. No, kid, that's thunder, laughed Baloo. Rub a little honey on your poor head and get under my umbrella. Safe and dry, Mowgli and Baloo ate bananas under a big banana leaf while thunder roared, lightning flashed, and the rain poured down. "The jungle's great," said Baloo, "once you know your way around. If you need anything, just reach." And Baloo reached for his 15th banana. Suddenly there was a tremendous roar and a crash as lightning struck a tree stump and making it burst into flames. Frightened Mowgli buried his head in the bear's warm coat. But the roar wasn't thunder. It was Shere Khan, the tiger. "Look," said Baloo, trying to sound brave. "It's raining tigers." "I've come for the man cub. Give him to me," snarled Shere Khan. "Stay behind me, kid," Baloo whispered to Mowgli, then to the tiger. "Ah, Stripes, what does a top cat like you want with a miserable man cub?" "He's my enemy," screamed the tiger. "One less man cub is one less man to kill me." And Shere Khan reached for Baloo with powerful paws. "Watch your footwork, Baloo," yelled Mowgli. "Lay one on him." Ah! But it was no use. The maddened tiger knocked Baloo to the ground and was preparing to spring on him. "Ah! Bagheera, help!" screamed Mowgli, bumping into the blazing tree stump. Then he remembered the one thing Shere Khan feared: fire. He seized a dry branch and thrust it into the flames. It blazed up like a torch. "I'm coming, Baloo!" called Mowgli, whirling around. Shere Khan's eyes glowing crouched next to the bear. Mowgli thrust the torch in his face, and Shere Khan ran, shrieking his fear throughout the jungle. Mowgli threw himself on Baloo, sobbing. "Oh, you died to save me." The bear moved. You're tickling, kid," he muttered weakly. "You're alive!" yelled Mowgli as Baloo sat up, shaking his head. Just about," Baloo sniffed. What's burning?" "Tiger." "That's what's burning," panted Bagheera, racing into the clearing. "Shere Khan's finished in this jungle, running around screaming, 'The man cub's after me!' No animal will fear him again." "Kid, you're okay," beamed Baloo. "I knew if I showed you the ropes, you would take the credit," snapped Bagheera. "I told him about fire." "Please," said Mowgli, stepping between them. "You both saved my life. Let me spend it with you now, here in the jungle." "Well, Baggy," said Baloo, "I say the kid's earned the right to stay, at least another day." Bagheera just gave a big sigh and only growled a little when Mowgli climbed on his back. Then Baloo led the way to the fattest hive of honey in the jungle. Yummy in my tummy. Well, that's it for today. We'll see you next time.